Right. Hey everybody, how's it going?
Hello.
I didn't realize how bright the light is behind your head. It makes you look kind of angelic.
That's why I figured I'd leave it that way.
So,
That's even better.
so how's everybody doing? Let me see, it's Monday. It was a really good Monday for us. We took it easy. We took a ride, and we just had a nice, relaxing day.
Laundry got done.
Yeah. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there. We drove by the old man in Uxbridge today, and I actually posted some pictures on our Facebook page, the bottom. The old man who was holding up the peaceful protest sign. The young kid wasn't there holding his sign up, but the older gentleman was there. So I think I'm gonna visit him from time to time and try to get him on, get him to talk to us. So we're hoping everybody's doing good. September was Suicide Awareness Month, and we're right at the end of that. I think we have 2 days left in this month. So it's the end of Suicide Awareness Month. I want to say hi to my guys at Empire Guitars. They're the best there for vintage guitars.
Absolutely.
With the pandemic and being like partially locked down, partially not able to go places, a lot of different rules being put into effect. Having to always remember to take your mask before you go into a store. I do it. She does it. We watch people do it all the time. They get out of their cars. They walk towards the store, and they turn around and walk back to the car because they forget the mask. It's so funny.
And there's limitations on religious services.
Yep.
Narcotics Anonymous meetings.
12-step meetings.
12-step meetings.
Yep. They haven't been doing these things.
Right. There's been a lack of mental health support for a vast amount of people.
Yeah, they've basically been doing telemed, which is a really great service
if you have access.
Right, and it does take away from the kind of one-on-one thing. You're still kind of stuck. A lot of people like to go out and venture out to go to their appointments just to break up the monotony of the day.
And the fellowship with the meetings.
Yeah, these things are real important, especially for people who suffer with depression, like we do, and other people that we know and hear about. It has some serious psychological effects. A lot of people, even myself and Sharon, we especially in the beginning of the pandemic, we found ourselves very distressed, a lot of anxiety. We were kind of fearful because we didn't really know what was going on, what was going to happen. We were
fearful of catching it.
Yeah, fearful of catching it.
The contagion.
Battling depression,
insomnia.
Yeah, not being able to sleep or sleeping too much in Sharon's case, and other people I know, and just chronic stress. You're like your house is a stress box because you're stuck in it, and
for a lot of people, there have been some huge economic stressors.
Yeah,
being laid off from their jobs.
Yeah, I mean,
restaurant they worked for closing.
Millions of people, and the thing that really is sad is the restaurant industry is never going to be the same, and so many are closing. I was just reading about one big one that's closing. It's been around forever, and that's not going to be around anymore because of the pandemic. The restaurant industry is just it's no bueno.
Yeah, I'm reading every day, and my news on the cell phone that restaurants that have been around in Maine for a long time are closing too.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible. So it's had a
profound.
Yeah, on all kind. I think it's like 30 million Don't quote me and don't fact check me because I forget. 30 million people are out of work. Is that right? 30 million.
Sounds familiar, but I'm not 100%.
So yeah, we were thinking about this because both of us suffer from depression, and we take meds like we tell you guys. And there's some things that have been taken out of our routine, other people's routines, and for some people with mental illness, routines are very important. For me, they are.
Definitely.
The CDC says that the suicide is the 10th leading cause of death.
Americans. Yeah.
I guess it's the law enforcement has a high rate of that. I can understand why, because that's a real stressful job. And it's suicide's actually been on the rise, something like 35% since the start of the pandemic. I'm guessing because of isolation. Um, Addictions on the rise and alcoholism's on the rise. I got a buddy personally that I worry about, because of the pandemic. His addictions kind of gotten out of control. So I mean, it's just had an effect on everybody.
Yeah, and what I was reading, not only is there a 35% increase in suicides across America, but doing research, suicide uh, attempts by cop are on the rise. And just flicking through, I could count, at least one or two or three a month.
Yeah, that they started really making the news. Oh, geez, a good maybe 20 years ago, a lot of people started doing that. I had an episode or two, maybe three, where I tried to agitate the police enough so I understand that. There was a guy that I did time with because of this, and he had a suicide attempt, but they actually shot him with a shotgun, and he had a big hole in his belly. So, and he wasn't going to be leaving jail anytime soon. And it's sad because people with mental illness, uh, sometimes we crack and do things, very impulsive things, risky things, dangerous things, and and we have to suffer the consequences of that. So,
That was one of the reasons that I read suicides were on the rise, is because more people are buying firearms. I'm not sure, how you feel about firearms.
well,
More people are buying them for their safety.
well, I
More
don't.
accidents are happening.
For us, it's not a good idea.
No, it's
Yeah, it's not a good idea for us. We actually remember when the pandemic started, and we were kind of nervous and worried about things, and we actually asked Dad if we should get a firearm. Oh yeah, and he strongly said no.
got everything else on the Home Depot list, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun. I'm not against guns. I'm not for them for me. So I mean, I've got just under 2 years clean, so I'm like just under 2 years old, and um, historically, I haven't made the best decisions. So firearms a pretty big decision, and because I've had some problems in the in the past.
Well, point being, if you have easy access to them, um, there's a higher risk you're going to make a mistake or do something potentially deadly.
Yeah.
Economic stressor, I think stressors, I think I mentioned too, are huge.
Yeah.
We started talking about the restaurants, but there's so many other industries that it's affected.
Yeah, well, they have the pickup food services. We actually use that from time to time. where people pick up your food now. You don't have to go out. It's
We did the Instacart grocery shopping for a little bit.
Yep. We've also done that for people when they've needed some food. I think we've done that a couple times.
Absolutely.
Oh, I don't really know who's here. I don't see any comments. And I think we're about done with that.
Okay.
So I'm hoping y'all are well, stay well, be well, and hopefully we'll see y'all soon.
Firearms locked up.
Yeah, or if you can't have them, don't get them.